we are going to have a talk from Shelley Tunbridge about the wearable light technology that is going to lift humanity. Are we excited? Yes or yes? Yes. They're a good audience, aren't they? They know. Give a warm welcome to Shelley Tunbridge.
You're a beautiful soul. Thank you, Daniela. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Who's excited to be here today at this amazing event? You are? Anyone else? We go this way. My name's Shelley, and I'd just like to also introduce Marie Langburn and Shane Bennett as well. I'm going to share a little bit about an incredible technology, and then I'm going to hand over to Marie and Craig to share their experience using this technology. So the big question is, have you been patched yet? There's lots of people at the event here who have been patching, and we have a stand, G3, just behind the curtain here. Please come and see us after if you'd like to have an experience or would like to know more or would like to try this technology. So my intention today is to actually pass on the baton of hope that was given to me 2 years ago. And the baton of hope was in the form of a wearable light technology. So it's 2025, and we have access to some incredible technology, innovations, and opportunities at this time in the world. And I'd just like to say that, friends, the future of wellness is actually already here. I was just going to take a moment I know I heard Daniela do a little bit of a grounding, but just stepping in, because I know it can be a bit busy, so just to notice your breath, perhaps close your eyes or find a place to focus on. And as you breathe in through your nose, say to yourself, I am. As you breathe out through your mouth, here now. In through your nose, I am. Out through your nose, here now. Just become fully present in this moment. When you're ready, opening your eyes. So I would first like to just give such gratitude to Paul King and his amazing team for putting on this amazing event and for giving us the opportunity to come here to share this information with everyone. I think it's really important to come together as community, to connect and to share and to support each other. And basically to come and share the incredible things that we've found that are changing our worlds and that are empowering us to live empowered and enlightened lives. So we've got something like that to share with you today. If we have chance at the end, we'll open up the floor to questions, but otherwise please come and see us at G3 and we'll answer any questions there. So I'm just going to put on a little video to begin.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
So our bodies are indeed masterpieces of design. I'm sure we all are aware of that. And we are always striving, or our bodies are always striving to return to balance or to return to homeostasis. And this technology supports our bodies to do that by stimulating the body's own natural healing and regenerative processes. So the old healing paradigms are no longer serving us. A lot of those involved us giving our power away. And now we're moving into a new time in history where technology, this X39 patch, empowers us to take our healing and our wellness back into our own hands. And this is very, very liberating. So there are some buzzwords going around at the moment. You might have heard some of them. I'm just going to list off a couple of phrases. Copper peptides. So they are considered the holy grail of anti-aging. There's many studies. You can look on PubMed. Copper peptides. Stem cells are the way of the future. Perhaps you've heard that. The future of medicine is frequency and vibration. Vibrational medicine, light frequency healing, light therapy. All of these phrases and words are synonymous with this technology. This is what we've been waiting for. So the little patch you can see on the slide, the girl's wearing the patch. It looks very unassuming. It looks a bit like a Band-Aid. It is the epitome of brilliance, I think. That something so innovative and so powerful has been created into something so simple that is accessible to all of us. And it's for about the price of a cup of coffee a day. I mean, the inventor could have put this as very expensive technology, but he has a real heart for humanity, and he's creating products to help us all thrive, despite everything that's going on. So really, I would consider this, it's been a gift to me, but I think it's a real gift to humanity. It's for everyone. So when I popped the patch on for the first time, it actually lifted me out of a slumber, and it's like I was switched back on. Who would like to be switched back on? Yes. My nervous system was in overdrive. It was about 2 years ago. I'm a mother of a 5-year-old. I was in constant state of fight and flight, and I think the last couple of years, particularly when I speak to people, it's a common theme. Everyone is in a state of fight and flight a lot of the time. And when we're in a state of fight and flight, we can't heal. We need to be in a parasympathetic state to heal. And we need to be in a parasympathetic state to create. And we are creator beings. We do our best manifesting, our best intention, our best creating when we're in a state of parasympathetic or rest and digest state. And so this patch has been instrumental for me in returning my nervous system into that state. It's changed everything. Our household is in a beautiful flow now. I used to be very reactive because in that constant state of fight and flight, when you've got a 5-year-old having very big emotions, very hard to stay present, to hold the space. And so I just, most of the time, wanted to scream and run away. But for now, I'm having a very different experience, and our whole household has changed. Fear, there's no more fear. Who's been feeling a lot of fear the last few years? There's quite an intention to create fear, because when we're in a state of fear, we also can't function very well. That's all gone. Brain fog is gone. I've switched on. I'm clear thinking. I am absolutely firing. And I felt like 2 years ago, I didn't really know how I was going to get out of that brain fog forest, that I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't even think straight. So that is all gone. And this is a very common feedback that we hear from people. And really, I was flat. I was feeling so flat, and I was praying. I was like, I need joy. I want to bring joy back into our family. I want joy to be an integral part of our family. And I just couldn't bring the joy in. And after I popped the patch on, 3 days into wearing the patch, I was driving down the highway, and I noticed that I was singing joyfully. I was like, what's this sound coming from? It's me. I'm singing and I'm joyful. And this is a common experience as well, that joy is coming back. Who needs a bit more joy? Yes. So, yeah, the constant state I was in of feeling overwhelmed, that's all gone. I feel a state of calm. I feel like I've got this. Whatever's coming my way, I've got it. I can manage it. It's completely shifted everything. I feel whole again. So, yeah, it's a beautiful gift. Actually makes me a bit teary. So I also would like to mention that it raises and has raised my intuition. So raising intuition, I mean, a lot of us lose our intuition from childhood because we are taught to look to the outside for answers. We're taught to follow and to receive from others. But this has been a journey to come back in and to be led by our own intuition, because we know where we need to go and we have it all within. And this patch has definitely raised my intuition. And when we live an intuitive-led life, we lead a very good life. So that's just some of the things. There were also many, many, many physical changes. And I'll just mention a couple. I had a stiff shoulder, pins and needles waking me up during the night. That all resolved very quickly. I actually had a really bad whiplash from a car accident more than 10 years ago. I did all the physio, I did all the things, but even up to a couple of months ago, by the time it was the evening, I'd be just so uncomfortable in my neck at night time, just couldn't get comfortable. And I've just noticed in the last month or so, it's all resolved. There's no more discomfort in my neck anymore. It's amazing. And I've heard other stories like this where long-term injuries, it can take a while. We don't know how long it will take. But when we put this patch on, our body gets to work, it starts to regenerate, and things start to resolve and return to balance. So even I was in the bathroom yesterday here, and a lady I was speaking to, she said, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Your mitochondria is firing. Yes, it is. My hormones are balanced, so not that big shift with the monthly, womb clearing preparation. I used to be quite heightened, and everything is balanced. Skin is better, sunspot spots are fading. It's just amazing. So I want to just move on to the next slide. I'd like to know where this type of technology comes from. Oops. I'd like to know the source. Oops. Obviously, I haven't used these before. One. So I'd like to know the source of where this technology comes from. I don't normally put anything in my body, on my body, unless I know where it's coming from, what it is. I'm pretty picky. So for me, I love to know the story of David Smith. Now, David Smith is both the CEO and the inventor of this technology, and CEO of LifeWave, the company. And I love this because it's coherent. The company and its offerings are totally coherent. He's driving the ship, he's making the products. He leads with a vision and a heart for humanity. He is just completely committed to helping people thrive and helping the planet thrive. He has all sorts of innovative technology, and he's continually bringing things out. Currently, he has over 200 patents. I don't know anyone that's got one, but 200 patent means that he is completely dedicated to what he does. He's a scientist, he's an inventor, and he actually specialises in age reversing. So he's won awards for his innovations, and he's very highly respected in the scientific community. Some have even called him the Tesla of our time. It's a big call. So his designs are for awakening the body's natural intelligence. It's not the patch doing something, the patch is signaling to the body's natural intelligence to wake up, and the body is doing the work. Our bodies know what to do. So this company, LifeWave, actually came about 20 years ago. It's not a short-living, just popped-up company. It's got a long-standing history. 20 years ago, David was actually had a contract with the US government. He was working on the US mini-sub program. The crew going down in submarines 72 hours plus were using a lot of drugs and a lot of stimulants with a lot of side effects. And so they asked David to come up with some kind of natural technology that could support them to be on their game with no side effects. So he came up, after 3 years of research and working on this project, came up with a first patch system, which is called the Energy Enhance. I've got them on my wrist here. The Energy Enhancers. And the Navy SEALs, or the Navy crew, were using those patches. Now, 9/11 happened, the funding got pulled, the funding went elsewhere, but David decided that he was going to bring this technology to the people, and that's when LifeWave was born, to give us the opportunity to access this technology. So in 2008, he actually turned his focus to stem cells. Yep, and research in stem cells. This X39 patch took 10 years. 10 years and $4.5 million to develop. And 39 attempts, hence the product being called the X39. It's a superstar patch. There is a series of patches that were developed over the years that all activate different peptides in the body, but this is the only patch that activates the stem cells, and it's taken LifeWave, it's grown 3,000% since the patch has been released because it actually works and it's changing so many lives around the world. And what I find fascinating about David is that he blends science with spirituality, and he is inspired by nature. And he often shares that he's divinely guided in his work. He receives downloads from God, from Source. And we all know just how powerful nature is. So David is fascinated by biomimetics or biomimicry. Yeah, so that's looking at nature for solutions. So looking at the models and the systems and the elements of nature for the purpose of solving complex human problems. So some of the things he loves to look at are some of the anomalies in nature, like the immortal jellyfish, the jellyfish that never dies. The lobsters that grow stronger as they age. And there's a planarian, a little flatworm in the ocean that can grow its own head back in 18 days. And David actually took it on the task of using light to grow the planarian's head back in 1 day and achieve that. So this is the kind of inspiration that he's using in this technology. He's helping us to reimagine what is possible. Oops. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there is a patent. So a patent means that nobody else has this technology. It's patented. And that's really great to know, because when you're buying the technology, you're buying it directly from the source. It's not from somebody that's copied it. You're buying directly from the source. Nobody else can replicate it. I mean, do be careful. There are cheap rip-offs on eBay. It's not the real thing. So it also means that the product does what it claims to do. The patent says that copper peptide is elevated, and as a result of the copper peptide being elevated in the body, the stem cells are reawakened or activated. And why are stem cells so important? Has everyone heard of stem cells? Anyone know what stem cells are about? So the fewer stem cells that we have, the faster we age. So I didn't know this, but by the time you're 30, you've only got about half the stem cell activity that you had as a child. And by the time you're 60, hardly any stem cell activity. And what that means is when you look at a child that falls over and scratches or hurts their leg, that will look a very different healing response to an adult, a 60-year-old, 70-year-old that falls over and hurts their leg. There'll be a vast difference in the healing time that it takes to come back to balance. So stem cells serve as an internal repair system, and they have the ability to self-renew and the ability to create functional tissues. I mean, a lot of people fly around the world. They receive stem cells from other people, stem cell injections, very expensive. And I have heard that only about 10% of people get the results that they're really hoping for. So this technology is revolutionary. It's activating your own stem cells, non-invasive. So how it works. It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. So that's also known as light therapy. This is of the light, and we are light beings. So light therapy is not a new concept. Have you heard of infrared? Have you heard of red light therapy, laser even? The more technical word is photobiomodulation, or light creating change in the body. And photobiomodulation has been around for about 100 years. As far back as 2,000 years ago, the ancient Greeks studied the effects of light on the body, and even the ancient Egyptians also studied light, the effects of light on the body. So we know that when we go out into the sun hits our skin and elevates vitamin D in our body, and the sun doesn't have any vitamin D in it. It's our own bodies that are holding vitamin D, but the messaging system from the sun, the frequency from the sun messages to our body to elevate our own vitamin D. And this technology works it's the same principle. When we pop the patch on, we already have copper peptide in the body, but our own light reflects back or mirrors back from the patch back into the body at a specific wavelength that wakes up or elevates our copper peptide, and as a result, our stem cells are activated. There's nothing in the patch that goes into the body. There's no drugs, there's no chemicals, there's no stimulants, it's non-invasive. And this isn't expensive. So it's nothing short of miraculous. So some of the benefits, these are some of the main benefits that most people experience. There are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of testimonies around the world, and people experience such a broad spectrum because we're all so uniquely different. So when your body wakes up, when the stem cells wake up, they know exactly what your body needs. Everyone's experience is different. Everybody needs something different. And so we can't say, you're going to experience this. We don't know what you'll experience. You just got to pot it on and try for yourself. But some of the main benefits: increased strength. I mean, we have people in our team that go to the gym. People can measure what they're able to do, and they're beating their personal best very quickly. It's a very common story. Reduced inflammation. At the cause of most imbalances in the body is inflammation. So these patches help to bring down the inflammation in the body. Increased stamina, energy and vitality. Before wearing the patch, I'd get to the late afternoon and feel very tired, a bit grumpy as a mama, and now I have sustained energy throughout the day. So no tired dips, just sustained beautiful energy, powering through the day. And this is a very common theme. I've had people ring and say, what's going on? My mum's put a patch on and now she's cleaning the curtains. She hasn't got off the couch for like weeks. Mental clarity, as I was saying, the brain fog is gone. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions. Improvement of sleep. Now, this is a huge one. If you don't sleep well and you're not rested, you don't function very well. So sleep is one of the main things that people are experiencing. Deep, restful, restorative sleep. Yep, and improvements in skin appearance. So, I love the statement at the bottom. It's achieve optimal health. It's not just health, it's optimal health. And this is what this product is all about, helping us to thrive, to achieve optimal health across our mental, our physical, and our social well-being. I've heard people say, I remember who I am, all of my fragmented parts have come home. There's just amazing, amazing benefits apart from the physical. So I'm just going to show this quick map. This is a topography map of a 77-year-old woman who had, on the session one, this with the red, that's before she'd worn a patch. The red is signifying inflammation in the brain. Session 2, 3 weeks later, the inflammation has gone. And inflammation in the brain is not just experienced in 77-year-old women. At the moment, there are even babies with inflammation on the brain. So walking into a room and thinking, what did I come in here for? Where's my keys? This kind of thing. inflammation on the brain. And also, there's a wonderful talk by David Smith at the Regenerative Medicine Summit in 2023, and he talks about that they're nearly close and to working out what kind of peptide needs to be elevated to help with the onset of Alzheimer's and dementia. So we're having wonderful, wonderful, wonderful testimonies with Alzheimer's, dementia, people's lights are switching back on. In the first few days, genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, brain begins to balance. Within 3 months, collagen is increased, and collagen is found not just in the skin, but throughout all the organs and tissues of the body. And within 6 months, heart reverses in age. There was a study done with 15 people, and they wore the patch for 6 months, and their heart age reduced by 8 years as an average. And I have seen that in my own dad. He has a heart injury and he's under the care of a specialist and he's been wearing the patches and his heart muscles are improving. It's unheard of. Heart muscles don't improve. So when you see a study and then you see it in your own dad, it becomes pretty real. So I just would like to one quick thing, just wanted to show that this is a 20-year-old company. Before the X39 patch was released in 2021, the company was doing $20 million. But in the last few years, since the patch has been released, it's gone to over $600 million. And the reason I'm showing you this is because the company would never grow that much unless the product actually did what it said they did and actually was changing so many lives around the world. I would just like to now pass over to Marie and to Shane.
All yours.
Thank you.
Hello, how is everyone? I'm freezing myself. I have not warmed up since I arrived this morning. So, my name's Marie. I'm a medium, I'm a light worker, I'm an energy healer, and I'm also a lifelong ET contactee. So, I've been around, I've seen a lot of things, and I have to have my notes because I asked Spirit if I could channel my information today, because I'm what they call lastminute.com. I could not get organised. I did try. So I listen to my spirit. I follow my intuition, and I take note of my dreams, oftentimes prophetic dreams. This is who I am. This was my upbringing. This was my lineage. Extended family, cousins, aunts, so on and so on. So it was the way I was brought up. So working professionally in this field for the past 45 years, I've seen and I've learned a lot. I know what's the truth and I know what's deception. I believe. I hope, I trust, I serve, and I aim to empower others. So we come here together today, not by chance, but by inner guidance. I'm shaking, I am really freezing. No matter if we're not even aware of it, this is our inner guidance that has brought us all together today. Who here would say they're awake? As in, who here would say they're awakening? Yeah. Well, guess what? The good news is everyone around the world is awakening. And we're here. Let me just... As individuals, we are raising our own vibration to reclaim our sovereignty. As a collective consciousness rises, we are inspiring and lifting others. This is the world I want to be part of. We've just come out of a very dark few years of fear-mongering, confusion, isolation, all aimed at breaking our social and family bonds. There are chosen individuals around our planet striving to heal humanity. Worldwide, scientists are receiving downloads, all to assist humankind. I co-run a weekly free beach sunrise meditation. And late last year, I met a woman there, Shelley, and she was wearing these patches. And we were there talking about yoga pants. And I couldn't stop looking at this patch she was wearing, and I asked her what it was. And when I heard the words light therapy technology, my antennas went up. And I knew this was the answer for me, the answer for my healing. So I had suffered fibromyalgia, excruciating pain for many, many years, chronic fatigue, totally debilitating, Hashimoto's, thyroid, and asthma. I couldn't make plans. My social life went out the window. It was really hard to function. I couldn't work, and I no longer recognised myself. And again, when I heard those words, I knew this was it for me. So I said, where do I get them? And it's not magic, even though it seems like it. Within 1 week of wearing these patches, I no longer had fatigue. I had pain that had gone from my elbow to my wrist for 57 weeks, and that had gone. It may have actually gone the very first day I put the patch on, but I only noticed a week in. And the fatigue, my husband pointed out to me, saying, you're normally yawning at 9 a.m. and wanting to go back to bed, and you're normally having afternoon sleeps. I used to call them death sleeps because zero energy felt like death to me. And I went, oh my goodness, you're right. And also I was sleeping like a dead person, not waking up throughout the night. It was really, for me, miraculous. And also, it's not a fad. This is breakthrough technology. And I feel we're so blessed to have this in our life. We're so blessed to have it in Australia. We are light beings within a magnificently designed physical form, which, given the right conditions, can heal itself. So who actually believes that? We've been controlled, we've been dumbed down, we've been taught to pop pills, to put our faith into a GP who would spend rarely 10 minutes with us listening. Nowadays, they actually Google your ailments. That's not the healthcare I want for myself or for my family or friends. It isn't right. We are limitless. The future of true medicine is here. It's arrived. So live well, live long, be the light, and remember, it's good to be well. Thank you.
Hooray.
Good day, sister. Hui! Tai kia! Oh, kia ora. G'day. My name is Shane Bennett, and I am a Māori healer. And these patches have reshaped my energy systems. I'm a sacred space holder and creator. So to start my little testimony about how these patches have impacted me physically, emotionally, mentally, and also spiritually. So Wairua is that section we call it. So I'd like to share with great love and humility a karakia, a sacred Māori prayer from my ancestors, just to create a space which has been enhanced by these beautiful light therapy patches. So taheke, Ki te taha nui, ki te taha roa, ko te popo te kiri tua, he kapo whai ri, he kapo whai a te ka pakea ki te rangi. Ka tōra pai ki te whenua, he hua mata, he hua aro, he puti te kiti, rauru o te whatu tai ora. Ka rie ka te iho, hi matua, tua, ti taureke, he taura, ti pao, he renga, he tuate ti maranga o ti kapinga, I oho mai rangi nā we, I o we he. Matua ti karapiko a te huaneke, he longo ki te muarere, toka tono whai, for tiki ti mahurai. He kapoa mai o rangi, katahera ko te pua tenga, he rere tōna puta, he wai tohi ki te karamu, he wai tata ki te whiro. Nuku ai, katarangi, he patete ki te o hurihia, kata pene nā urure, nā we, hina moto e he. Hamarangi te tō ati o pai koha, kariru matuaki e ahira tapito. Whirana kia te koti na tihe mana wā karihina, putoto hei, oho rangi ka tipare te oho mai roa, ate te kaonui he putai ora. Iaha mai, hiti pō, kia nā ukariti te vai aru nā we tane e. Kati pakori he tamarangi ka tonu unahi, putarawa ki te awa tiwharangi, kama tiki nā horenuku I taki katoi ka tui te hera. He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. So that was the energy of my ancestors. With me today is a kuruwai. It's a traditional Māori cloak that my grandmother created. So I stand here with my ancestors as I share how these amazing light therapy patches have actually changed my life and changed my whānau, my family. So when you work on yourself, you actually work on everyone who's connected with you on an energetic level. It's how we roll as human beings. So we work on inclusion, connection, universal law. And I'm going to give you an interpretation from my energetic healing point of view. So my journey to discover these patches in December last year, 3 years ago, I was in a corporate role. So as an energy healer, I move into different realms. And one aspect of my corporate role was to share the essence of my ancestors. And it's all about aroha, which is love, from your heart center. So in this amazing, challenging role that I had in corporate, I remember the day well. December 2021, October, I was up at Lennox Head. I was about to dial in remotely into my job, and as I sat down at my computer, I started sweating. I started breathing heavily. I started crying uncontrollably. My head just started spinning, and I'd never felt anything like that before in my life. And at that time, I just didn't know what was going on. It was the most frightening experience I've ever had in my life. That went on for 3 days. I didn't sleep, and it was like a tornado of emotional nightmares. I couldn't understand. I couldn't get a grasp to it. And I used to pride myself on being balanced and tuned. And I broke. Every energetic system that I knew as Shane Bennett just shattered and went out to the world. For the next 2.5 years, I journeyed to find those pieces of me that shattered that day. I fell into all my wellness tools that I knew. I leaned on healers that I have around the world that are close friends, and I also leaned on professionals. You know, I sat with CBT therapy. A lot of the elements that were good on your physical and your mind, but I worked on the spiritual. And then December last year, I was at a pretty good space. You know, I had a way of living that felt right, but I didn't feel complete energetically as an energy healer. And then my beautiful friend over here, Marie, same beach, same meditation group. She goes, "Hey, bro, got this patch you should try." And I went, "Oh, yeah, what is it?" She goes, "It activates stem cells." And I went, "Oh, I know stem cells. Yeah, I'll have a try." So I got this stem cell, and as soon as I put it on the back of my neck, the bottom of my feet opened up. I felt energy go flying up my legs, up the top of my spine, and out the top of my head. So I had a Kundalini confirmation experience that there was something here for me. I didn't know what it was, but I resonated with it from a very deep energetic level. So I journeyed through those patches. For 6 weeks, I wanted to try it. This beautiful, intuitive, computerized, active mind said, let's check this out to see if it works. Well, I went through periods in that 6 weeks that refragmented my energy systems. Because of that break I had, I inherited depression, anxiety, insomnia, and some PTSD. I recalibrated very quickly over 6 weeks, and I was solid in a way I'd never felt before, in a different way. And then I've been journeying 7 months on those patches, and I have had little points here where my energy has been lifted to another level. And as it lifted, I just followed where that energy took me. And it's brought me here today to connect, to share. The importance for me for these patches too is it hasn't just recalibrated all my energy systems. It gave me recognition that at the moment, the world we live in, we need to raise human consciousness. That's why we're here. We need to lift the people around us. There's so much fear and division out there, but it's noise. So how do you remove the noise? You fine-tune your intuitively energy systems. And you can tell the difference between love and fear, because they're two energies, light and dark. So what happened is, up to this month here, and only a week and a half before this event, I just went to another level. These patches for me energetically have been raising my level on different levels at each time over the last 7 months. So today I stand here in front of you in presence, and I share the energy of the patches. I share the energy of how they've enhanced my connection to Tio Moldi, which is our connection to the natural world. I share the energy of our ancestors, and not just my ancestors, your ancestors, because each one of you are sitting here right here today for a reason. And we're talking star language, we're talking codes, we're talking downloads. We are connecting on very deep levels. Moldi are custodians of the stars, and we came from the stars. The Pleiades is where we're from. Just so happens we just went through the winter solstice in New Zealand. We have Matariki, which is a beautiful dedication to the Pleiades, and it's the new year. So as the new year and as we move forward with growth and new beginnings, these energy patches that align with the energies of our natural environment is what I tune in. Besides all that, I surf. Man, I love surfing with these patches. It tunes me into the ocean in a way I've never been tuned in before. Connected to the water. Tongaro is the atua, the god that sits in that place. It's my home, the ocean. It's where I unpack. It's my happy place. So these patches have shifted me, and now my family, my mum, changes. And it's important for us to stand here in Tio Moldi and share this with you. So I thank you for your time. And we're over there at G3. Come hang out. Just have a korero, which is a chat. You know, hugs are free. Come and hang out. And let us share a little bit more of the energetic aspects of what these patches would do. There's healers in this area that are patching because these amplify those innate abilities, your intuition. And your intuition is what's going to help you realize the difference between the light and dark. And there is a connection with these patches we call Be the Light. And Be the Light is raising your vibration. So I thank you for your time today. Come and hang out. Come say hi. And I want to hand you back to Shelley.
Thank you very much, Shane. Thank you. And just to conclude, I just want to point out the ripple effect that these are having. When somebody puts a patch on and then they share with their family and their friends, and the ripple effect is magnificent. It's changing families, it's changing communities. And we need this right now. We need to raise up, and we need to be thriving, and we need to be clear, and we need to be powerful. And this is what the gift of these patches is all about. So I would like to mention that we are looking for people. We're looking for people to help share this technology across Australia and across the world. So if you're a business-minded person, please come and see us. We want people to partner with that are coachable and willing and have passion to serve. and to deal out the hope to others. So come and speak to us. And also someone's dropped onto your heart, because I know when I was first hearing about the patches, I didn't even think about myself. I thought about my mum. I thought about all the people that I could give these to support them. And we know so many people that are suffering, and we know so many people that are praying for an answer. So be a hope dealer, grab a flyer, come and see us, take the information, if not for you, for somebody that you love. And we would really welcome you at our stall. Come and start your patching journey today. Pop one on and see how you go. It's life-changing. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name's Shelley Tunbridge, and I'm a LifeWave brand partner. We're here today to share amazing technology that has changed our lives. So it's really technology that delivers hope. There's so many people searching for hope at the moment, and this technology is life-changing. So it's a light therapy technology. It's a wearable light therapy. Can you see on my wrist just here? There's nothing that goes from the patch into the body. No drugs, no stimulants, no chemicals. It's a natural process working with your body's own light. So your own light, your infrared light principally, is reflected off the patch back into the body at a specific wavelength that activates or elevates your copper peptides. Now they're considered the holy grail of anti-aging, and one of the results of elevated copper peptides is stem cell activation. So this technology in effect wakes up your dormant stem cells, and stem cells are our master cells. Stem cells regenerate and heal the body. They can turn into any cell. They are our body's renewal system. And so the testimonies are far and wide. I didn't know I needed these. I actually got the information for quite a few of my close family and friends that had some pretty challenging health situations at the time. But since I've been wearing this patch for 2 years now, it's like I've woken up from a deep slumber. I've switched back on. It's like my light switched back on. I've got no more brain fog. I feel absolutely amazing. My whole central nervous system is calmed. And I was in, a lot of people the last few years have been in fight flight. A lot of fear, a lot of stuff going on, and when we're in a state of fight and flight, we can't create, we can't do our best manifesting, and we also can't heal. So that's been the greatest gift for me. Completely transformed my nervous system.